Hello, welcome to another how-to guide using Rolemaster Classic on Fantasy Grounds Classic using Dakadin's updated rule set version 2. Today we'll do NPCs, which is very similar to the items video that I did previously. To get NPCs, go to the sidebar, click on the NPCs icon. You'll have your standard NPCs box, which you can resize by holding the control key down on your keyboard and left-hand mouse button. You have a standard group selector at the top, so we'll show you all your different modules. So I'll do all the alls, that's everything, but you could choose your other different modules there. You have a standard slider bar at the right hand side, and a standard page navigator underneath it, so page by page, last page, first page. You have the name of the NPC here and what module it belongs to, and the little iron crown icon gives you more information about it. We'll go into a bit more detail about that in a second. Also on here is a search bar if you're looking for anything, a particular creature. And if you don't share all your modules with the players, you might need to share particular entries. So you might have to, for example, share this one. So right hand click, share sheet. You get a little P for public icon come up. And then you can just see with this little toggle here, which ones you've shared with your players. Just remove that. Here is your full group filters for these particular types, and then a more finite, fine-grained subgroup filter to catch them in a little bit more detail. So that's your NPC box. To add them, you either go to the combat tracker up the top here with the cross swords and just drag what you want, say an Andro Sphinx, in it goes, then drag that token to your map and off you go. Or you could use an encounter, a previous video. By the way, the combat tracker is also a previous video. NPCs, drag it, drop it. If you wanted 3 of those, type in the number box, you've got 3 of those. Drag them all to the map, ready for replacement. I'm not labour that point because, as I say, it's a previous video. Just going to insert this little piece here because when I was editing I realised I forgot to do a very simple thing, which is show you how to add an NPC from scratch rather than just copying one. All you do, go to the brown twisty, click on the green icon to add an item. There you go, fill in the bits. Or you can right hand click and add new, and that'll do the same thing. Okay, there we go. Let's look at these in more detail. So let's look at this Andro Sphinx here. What's the name of it? Well, it's been identified. If it's read only or not, have you identified it or not identified it? Does it have a token? Do you want to talk as that particular NPC? You'll note that it's read only. I can't touch it at the moment because it's a built-in module, but I might want to change that. So to do that, I'm going to close that down. Grab a copy of the Andro Sphinx, left-hand mouse button, drag it down, let go. Now have a copy of it, and I can see that if I go to uncategorized, I can see my copy. So that's what I'm going to use from now on. Drag that into place, I should say. So unlock it. When it's been identified, that's the name. When it's not been identified, that's the name. What size is this creature? What space does it take up? So 10 feet in this case, 2 squares if using 5 foot per square, and it has a reach of 1 square or 5 foot. The default creature is level 10 with an AT of 4 and 200 hits with a DB of 30. Has a base movement rate of 120 and a maneuver bonus of 20. So maximum pace you can set here. You can set a movement speed. And you can set a quickness. Now quickness will set your initiative. So initiative here of 30, I can set this now to slow. Down to 0, or I can set my own initiative, just leave it blank and just say, well, it's got unbelievably fast, 200. I'll set it back to fast. Attacks. To add your attack, just click in this box, add a green one, write in what the attack is, click on this, and then set it all up from here. What type is it? Maybe it's a natural attack, natural weapon. What does that use then? Oh, okay, it's the attack table of a bite, which does a maximum of a large. The attack default set up like that. Oh, didn't give it a name there. Bite. It would be of 60. For defenses, you can do exactly the same thing. Add your shields in from there. And then you have your critical modification. So this is a large creature, so once you use the large creatures, but you could reduce the severities of the criticals, add it to the super large table. Could have immunity to stun or bleeds. And it could be a humanoid that might have a profession. To add spells, click on the... I'll show you first of all. Look, if I do the spell list here and try and drag attack avoidance into spells, it doesn't seem to do anything. So I click on the brown twisty, the green icon, and now I can drag these in. So attack avoidance, drag it in, drop it. I am left with a blank, but later on when I want to just get rid of that, I just right hand click and delete. And I've got that, and the same thing with skills. So let's get skills up. Brown twisty, green icon, drag in, say acting for some reason. And then when you finish with it, just delete it. And obviously you can give your levels and bonuses and whatever you need. Right, clear this up a bit. Then you've got your critical protection for your armor locations, your head, your face, your neck, your torso, arms and legs. Is it leather? Is it metal? Is it nothing? And that's your first tab done. Notes. Well, first of all, you've got your groups, your main groups. What does it belong to? What are the subgroups that it belongs to? Then you've got 3 free form fields. So make your own notes on it. What abilities does it do? What's the description? Now, if you forget about abilities, just go to your library. Go to Creatures and Treasures. Go to the reference manual. Close that out a bit. And for abilities, we'll click on this. Creatures. Creature abilities. There you go. You've got spell casting, natural, innate abilities. So you can get it from there. And that's where you get a lot of this from, especially for this last tab here, where it's got all this codes and this kind of stuff, which, you know, I'll never remember. You might be able to remember, but I don't. Luckily, a lot of it's toggleable. So if I click on, so it's got a high IQ, just click on it. Make it a very high IQ. What outlook is it? I can make it aloof, altruistic, belligerent. It's all alphabetical. This is quite neat. So it's got a level code here of G, but if I make an open-ended roll by just double clicking on that and then dragging that 52 into there, so it says young baby at the moment with not applicable, or not available, I should say. Drop that. It's now standard level. It's 50 hits less, has 126 exhaustion points, but it's got 50 hits left because I haven't rolled the Constitution. So double click on the Constitution. 78, drag that in. Actually, it's got 30 hits more. How to change that? Just go back to the main one. There's no level adjustment, but it had 30 hits more, so just put that in there now. How many are you likely to encounter? What's the level of frequency of actually ever encountering these things? This all feeds into your general encounter table, which is in Creatures and Treasures. Look at your climate codes. I never remember these, but it does at least fill them in for you, or just go looking for them. So climate environment, clicking on that. Climate codes, clicking on that. It's telling me ASC, so A is hot dry, S is warm dry, and C is cool dry. So I could type in a W I wanted to, just click in there, put a W, which says it's warm humid, and it comes in there. Locales, or really the environment codes, they're all there as well. So we can see that it's a E, which is an enchanted magical place, and it's the ruins part of it. And then there's a Q and a Z, so which is an oasis and a desert. And you can type in wherever, so maybe you want Alpine in there as well. Put Alpine in there as well. Hopefully you know all about those codes a lot more than I do. For the treasure codes, again I always forget these, go to, I believe it's Encounter Statistics, there you go, treasure table. Tell you all about them there. So which one this is R, so little r is rich magic items, normal. You can have the way around if you wanted to, maybe change it to N. For normal, but rich money gems. And then your bonus experience points or kill points for level F, they're level 5, 720 extra for the kill point. And really, I think that's all there is to talk about for NPCs. I suppose you could look at all, go into your different subgroups, grab yourself out, maybe Rangers, grab yourself a copy of a Ranger, go to Uncategorized, get your Ranger, open it up, unlock it, give it a name, so Goonie the Ranger, non-identified name is green clad figure, size medium, space, level 5, 80, 10, keep it all there. You could change the attacks, add the attacks, there's an defense in there. Have they got anything special on them with the crit modification? They are a Ranger. Add some spells in, but I think if you look in notes, it'll tell you in abilities, 2 spell list to level 10, 2 level... So you can just use this as a basis and change it to what you want it to be. It's as simple as that. I don't think there's an awful lot more to NPCs, really. So hopefully that's us done. Only one more left now, which is the tips and tricks videos. Catch you in that one. Cheers. Bye-bye.